If you are looking for a new toxic romance, I have a recommendation for you. And that is Mi o Kogasu hodo no Ayoshire. Yeah, I said that right. This is this is a very interesting series, I'll put it like that. This is a love triangle, toxic romance, childhood friends to questionable relationship series. Currently there are 2 volumes out. I have only read the first volume, so this is my first impressions video. And just like spoilers, do I recommend this? Yes, I highly recommend this. This was a very fun read for me. So let's talk about first what it's about. This series follows our protagonist named Miyu. When she was very, very young, her father left her and her mother. Distraught, she's out on the sidewalk, just sobbing, so sad, when 2 of her neighbors, brothers, come up to her and console her. One of the neighbors, the older of the 2 boys, Ran, tells her, like, don't even worry, like, I'll be your family in place of your dad. Like, I'll be your big brother. You'll never be lonely because I'll be here for you. And that kind of it consoles her. It causes her to fall in love with him right away. The younger of the 2 brothers then, so there's Ran, the older, and Ren, the younger. The younger brother then tells her, I'll do you one better. I'll marry you when we get older, so you will never ever be alone. And that comforts her in a different way. She finds it funny, she laughs. So, with the 2 brothers' help, she does feel better. 10 years later, they've grown up together and they're very, very close. But ever since that day that he consoled her when her father left, Miyu has been in like deep, deep love with the older brother, Dan. And now that she's a teenager, she feels like it's time to do something about these feelings. Both Miyu and the younger brother Den are in the second year of high school, so grade 11. While the older brother Dan is in university, he just entered medical school. But I don't think he's that much older. I feel like he's in his undergrad. But I don't know. It says medical school, so that's what it says. I don't think he's that much older though. So, with the help of the younger brother, Miyu is able to try at the very least to do a good job of confess her feelings to Dan. But no matter what she does, he either like doesn't notice her feelings at first at least because he like everything is like he it's over his head. Like she'll try and hold his hand and he'll scold her saying like you should only do that with people you love, which like and like she's in high school, like she knows that. But it shows just how much he sees her as a younger sister. Eventually, again, with Ben's pushing, she and Nan go kind of on a date. Spoiler warnings. So they go on a date. At the end ish of the date, Miyu has been like obviously contemplating something for the whole time. Dan tells her, like, I love you like a little sister. I hate seeing you struggling. Like, what's up? You can tell me anything. And Miyu goes to confess her feelings to him, and he puts his hands over her mouth to physically stop her from confessing. And like she understands, like, yeah, I was just rejected without being like verbally rejected. Okay. And then to add insult to injury, one of his friends from uni comes and he introduces Miyu as just my childhood friend, nothing more, which is like kind of rude to say to like to somebody that Miyu doesn't know. And then also like right after he turned down her confession to somebody she doesn't know, like that's rude, Ron. Like that's rude. But so Miyu is like so sad. She runs away, cries in the corner, but somehow, like she's out like in some random corner, like she booked it and she's hiding somewhere. The younger brother then finds her. How does he find her? I don't know. But he finds her and he consoles her and then he takes her out for dinner and then he takes her home. And even bigger spoilers, it turns out that Den set up that girl to interrupt their date because Ben has been obsessively in love with Miyu since they were children. So Miyu has like an innocent kind of love for Dan, but Ben has a like, if I can't have you, you should be dead kind of love for Miyu. And he is so incredibly obsessed with her. Like he feels bad that his actions inadvertently caused her to run away and cry, but he's happy that like it made her give up on his brother a little bit. So for the entirety of the series, he is pushing her to like, if you want a boyfriend, like let me help you. Like I'll help you search for a boyfriend. Like I'm supporting you. but in actuality, he's doing everything he can to destroy every like encounter she has, like to a comical degree. He's kind of scary, but he's really entertaining to watch as a male lead, or like a will be male lead. I think he's going to be the male lead. And like all throughout the volume, at times he will like seriously ask her, like, "Hey Miyu, like when is it going to be my turn? Like when are you going to give me a shot? Like I'm right here." And she'll like start to think like, is he joking? Because he's kind of a jokester character, or is he actually being serious? And then he'll say like, "Ha, gotcha, I was kidding." But like it's clear that he wasn't kidding. Like he really wants to know when it's going to be his turn. So poor Miyu doesn't understand that Ren actually has feelings for her, because he keeps flip flopping like that, where he'll be serious and then say that he's joking. So, like, obviously, if he pushes his feelings onto her, she's gonna think he's joking because he's been saying he's joking forever, and he's kind of a womanizer. Like, he's always around women. So, like, I don't understand him. He is so toxic, but again, so entertaining. Why do I like these toxic romances? There was one scene in particular that I really liked in this volume that I'll talk about for just a second. And it's so at home, because they're neighbors. They're doing stuff. He kind of makes a move on Miyu. Miyu tells him like, "You're my childhood friend," because again, she doesn't know he actually has feelings for her. She thinks he's playing around, and she's trying to like protect her feelings. And then he leaves her alone. Like he's like, "Okay, like I don't want to bug you anymore, I guess," and he leaves her alone. Next day at school, he is avoiding her completely. And he'll talk, like, he'll go out of his way to talk to people sitting next to Miyu, but he won't acknowledge Miyu herself. So, like, he's always, like, just out of reach from her, and it's kind of getting to her. And then at the end of the day, she hears that he is sitting on the roof, which is kind of out of the norm for him, I guess. So she goes up to the roof to try and ask him what's up. And he is so happy that she came to find him. And he's like, "Hey, like, have you been thinking of me all day? Because I've been ignoring you." And so he's doing it on purpose. He's doing it to get a rise out of her. He wants her attention, and he'll do literally anything to get it. And it's fun. I'm liking it. So that's what it's about. That's kind of what happens in volume one. I did leave a lot out because I don't like spoiling everything, but that's like the premise and the parts I really liked about volume one. I really, really like this series. I'm gonna buy volume two. I really enjoyed it. This is a very, very fun series. I have no complaints whatsoever. I think it's fun. I do think he sucks. I think both brothers suck kind of in their own way. I think if the older brother Ran like actually wanted to turn down Miyu to like save their relationship, he could have done it in a much, much nicer way, because it's probably clear that she's liked him for so long, because everybody except for him maybe seemingly knows that she's had such feelings for him basically forever. So like he could have done more to protect her feelings, I'll say. So I think he kind of sucks, but he doesn't suck as much as the younger brother then, because he's kind of just like a psychopath, but an entertaining psychopath. If you've read this volume, please let me know what you think of it, because I really enjoyed it. I love a good toxic romance. It's been a minute since I found one that I actually really liked. So I'm loving this so much.